Prepare thyself to take an adventure to the past as we head to Larkspur, Colorado for the annual Renaissance Festival. It's all coming up next on Out West. Huzzah! Hello everyone and welcome to Out West. I'm your host, Carrie Wilbanks, and today I am so excited because we're headed back to the days of the Renaissance, but we don't need a time machine to get there. The Colorado Renaissance Festival is located about 30 minutes from Denver and Colorado Springs. This is the premier summertime event. This year marks the 40th anniversary season of the festival. Take a magical tour through time through a 16th century village, featuring a cast of hundreds of authentically costumed characters, encounters with court jesters, knights in shining armor, maidens fair, and even His Royal Majesty, King Henry and his Queen Anne. Be sure to check out more than 200 artisans who sell their one-of-a-kind works and demonstrate their crafts right in front of your eyes. And for all of you with a big appetite, a feast fit for a king featuring a variety of mouth-watering items and fine ales to satisfy the heartiest of appetites. With live music, parades, exciting rides, and even real fairies. Pleasures reign high and merrymaking is the rule here at the Colorado Renaissance Festival. We are now inside the gates of the Colorado Renaissance Festival, and we have an exclusive interview with the King and the Queen. Who better to tell us about the festival than you guys? What is it all about here?
Well, Lady Carrie, it's a wondrous place to be, a magical place to be, and a place which is filled with fantasy and wonderment for people of all ages. It's our 40th anniversary celebration, and this year promises to be the best year ever.
I can see that. You really do feel that fantasy and wonderment as soon as you walk in the gates, which you guys really bring a lot of personality and character to, as does everyone. There's tons of actors out here outfitted. Tell us some about how many actors there are and what the entertainment is.
Well, we have several local actors who are here that comprise our village and our court. And then we also have many acts from around the country who are national acts. They come to enjoy this venue, which is quite unique amongst anything in Colorado. And we are very family friendly. We love lots of things for children. There's music, there's jugglers, there's magicians, there's a big cat show. So there's all sorts of wonderful things to see while you're here.
And for our 40th anniversary celebration, we're bringing back some favorite stage acts from the glorious past of the Renaissance Festival. Yes. For the first 3 weeks, we have Dead Bob, back from the dead by popular request and by royal decree.
Yes, indeed. And we also have Hey Nunny Nunny from the Order of the Wailing Souls. They will be here for the next 3 weeks after that. And then I believe Puke and Snot will be back.
We'll be here to close it out for us.
3 weeks, yes.
There is so much I've just added to my list. Beyond entertainment, I know there's a lot of food and other vendors here too.
Yes, the food is fabulous. The crafts and merchants are wonderful. The things you won't see for sale anywhere else in the world. It's a genuine feast for the eyes and for all the senses.
And this is definitely one of the favorite festivals of Colorado, and I think a lot of it comes down to this atmosphere that we're in. I feel like I'm far enough away from the city. It does feel like its own world out here.
And the heart of the cast helps bring it alive. The setting is beautiful, the buildings are perfect, but the heart of the cast and the vendors and everyone who works here is so much in love with this event, this place.
I've also heard that jousting is a big part of this.
Oh, we would love to have you join us.
Absolutely. Would you join us this afternoon?
Jousting is a wonderful pageant of knights on horseback, jousting with lances, chivalry right before your very eyes. You must come. But can she go like this?
Oh, God, no. We've got to get her outfitted.
I must be living in a different era. I'll get outfitted then.
Please do.
All right, let's go find costumes.
All right, I know just where to take you.
Belrose Costumes has everything you need to look the part. Let's head inside. Now I look the part and I'm ready for the festival. Don't go anywhere as we explore more of the Renaissance Fair coming up next on Out West. Welcome back to Out West. I'm your host, Carrie Wilbanks. We're here at the Colorado Renaissance Festival, a place where artisans make all sorts of unique products. If you're looking for that one-of-a-kind item, this is definitely the place to come. Featuring more than 200 shops with unique and handmade wares, including jewelry, clothing, and costumes, weapons, pottery, and shoes. Be sure to check out live demonstrations throughout the fair, including a blacksmith, pottery, glass blowing, leather, and even woodworking. John Bush is one of the artisans here at the Colorado Renaissance Festival. John, tell us about what you do.
Well, I'm a glassblower here at the Renaissance Festival. I was hired by the king 35 years ago to make his wares, to make his cups and glasses and such.
And now, of course, you have a lot of other elements that people who are coming in can peruse.
Yes, we make fish, flasks, all manner of vases.
That's great. So what's the process of making one of these?
Well, glass is melted in a large crucible first, and then it's gathered out on a blowpipe, just the way it was 2,000 years ago when it was invented.
And there's definitely a lot of history that goes behind that, still carried through today. How did you get into it?
Actually, I was a potter to begin with, and I still make the crucibles that I melt glass in, and I make my own glass formulas, and we make a lot of colors.
There is absolutely an insane amount of color popping from this. It definitely started to catch our eye as we were coming over. I'm sure that that really impresses a lot of people.
It does. Glass is all color. It's about color. I actually make glass to order here at the fair.
Oh, that's really cool. What kind of things do people order?
Well, they order flasks, they order goblets, wedding sets, things like that.
I think the flasks are definitely one of the things that stood out to me most.
Oh, good.
Thank you so much, John.
You're welcome.
Hey, what's going on over here?
Oh, well, hello.
Hi, I'm Carrie.
Oh, pleased to meet you. My name's Chester.
Hi.
Chester Tumbledown.
Chester Tumbledown. I
That's
love
right.
the name.
Oh, thanks, but don't tumble down here.
I don't want to.
Too much dirt.
Stay grounded.
That's right. Yeah,
You are
go-
quite the juggler. I'd love to see some more of your
Oh,
tricks
shucks.
here.
Gee whiz,
It
thanks,
must be
lady.
so much fun performing here.
Oh, it's so much fun. I love this place. Yeah. Did you want to see how it's done?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, what you do is you take the sticks, and they're like actually really an extension of your fingers. And what you do is you toss it from one finger to the next, and back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth. And you can give it a little spin.
Oh, the
Yeah.
spinning may be
Yeah,
too
spinning.
advanced for me right
Yeah,
now.
well, let's start off simple then. Here.
Okay, let's
take
try
that
it.
one,
So
and then take
extension
that
of your
one,
finger.
Extension of your finger.
Okay.
And the higher up you go, the faster it goes. The lower to the middle, the slower it goes.
Okay.
Yeah, give it a whirl.
Uh-oh.
Here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Carrie tumbled down.
Carrie Tumbledown. I like it. We could be cousins. Just put some bells on you. We'll make a fool of you yet. Yeah, see, it's not as easy as it looks.
It isn't. You have some true talent.
Oh, it's lots and lots of practice. You got it? You got it? Oh.
Uh-oh. I think we'll leave this to you, Chester.
Yeah.
But I've also heard you have some funny jokes.
Oh, yeah, you want to hear a joke?
I do.
I got a joke. All right. How many people from the Renaissance does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many?
What's a light bulb? Hey, what's that thing?
These are the cameras that are recording the show for us.
That sounds like witchcraft to me. That's all right. We don't burn witches around here, though.
Okay, good.
No.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for
It
showing
was a
me. I
pleasure.
can't wait to catch some more entertainment around
Shucks.
here.
Well, nice to meet you.
Thanks, Chester
You have a
Tumbledown.
wonderful day.
Out West, we'll be heading right back after this, so don't go anywhere. I know I won't. welcome back to Out West. We're here at the Colorado Renaissance Festival, a place where you can catch all sorts of shows, from fire throwers to acrobatics and even wildcats. Here, Renaissance-style entertainment is brought to a new light. Well, that was such a great show, you guys. I'm here with Celtic Legacy. Tell me some about your guys' band.
Well, we've been performing here at the Colorado Renaissance Festival for 11 years now. Our bagpiper's been here for 30, but we don't call him old on stage more than 3 times a show or he gets mad.
I like it. He has a good sense of humor then.
He does. He has to employ us.
Tell me about some more about what people can expect when they're listening to you guys. You definitely captivated a huge audience.
We like to, we call it bagpipe Renaissance rock and roll. Basically, if there was hair metal bands in the 1580s instead of the 1980s, that's what we go for.
And why is it such a great fit for the Renaissance Festival?
Well, the Renaissance is kind of looking back at history, but bringing it also into the modern age, you know, so we can make jokes about Miley Cyrus or headbanging or things like that. But, you know, we still actually, it can be educational too.
Can we hear your Miley Cyrus joke for anyone who missed it?
We, at one point, the bagpiper just actually started hopping up and down in the middle of the song. If you've ever watched a Miley Cyrus concert, all of the kids, that's how they dance. They just
Yes.
jump up and down and up and down. And we can only do that through about half a phrase, and then you'll hear us yelling, ow, 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 ow. That's not at pantomime. That's actually, it hurts.
I like it. So
Yeah.
you guys all bring some comedy into the show as well.
Oh, yeah.
Good. And tell us about the different instruments that you guys play.
At any given point, we have 4 drummers, up to 2 bagpipers, and then me on guitar.
Great.
So we're a 6-piece.
Yeah, and you really represent about 80% of the talent in the entire band.
Falsehoods.
It's entirely true. Thank you.
Why do you guys like performing at the Renaissance Festival as opposed to other venues? I know this just has such a uniqueness to it.
We don't have to wear pants.
Yeah, no pants required.
That's-
The kilts.
that really
it's
helps,
so much more
actually.
comfortable, isn't it?
It really is.
This is the energy here too. People come here knowing they're gonna have a good time.
And with the music is such a huge staple, what other kinds of music can people find here?
There's all kinds of music. There's street musicians, there's fiddlers. Royston the King's fiddler is fantastic.
Harpists.
The harpists.
Carol of the Bells.
Oh, the carillon, yeah, he is
Wow.
amazing. And he does a lot more.
It's a one-of-a-kind instrument.
Well, it's amazing. So many people we've met have been here for many, many years, if not almost from the beginning. What keeps people around, keep coming back? You guys have been here for 11 years.
I don't know.
Ale.
The ale, that's not ale though, but maybe later. I know it's still a little early.
Yeah, we've got to stay hydrated. But really, it's just the people and the energy and sharing part of ourselves with someone else.
It's kind of like a drug. Once you do it one time, once you have the experience of performing for this many people and just seeing all the smiles and the happiness, why wouldn't you come back?
But without the negative side effects of the drugs. We're not saying to do drugs.
It's a metaphor.
No.
Right, a metaphor.
Yes, we'll be very clear about that. Thank you so much for joining us, Celtic Legacy. They are keeping the legacy alive here at the Renaissance Festival. The Renaissance Festival has all sorts of characters that you can meet and interact with inside, but none other than Dead Bob will make you laugh as much. What's your shtick, Dead Bob?
What's my shtick? I just tell the people what they want to hear. Give them some laughs.
We've got to get some jokes from you. This will be the most some of our viewers have probably ever laughed.
All right, I'd be glad to do it. How old are your viewers, just out of curiosity?
30.
Your viewers are in their 30s?
Their viewers are just a huge age range.
Oh, so you have 30 viewers.
30 viewers.
I'd like to thank all 30 of you for tuning in for this fabulous interview.
But after this, I think that viewership number is going to
Skyrocket.
increase by tenfold.
We could easily have 300 viewers on Comcast. That would be fantastic. Carrie, we're going to make this work, you and me, together.
Perfect. So tell us some about what people can expect when they come meet you.
Oh, and they come here and watch the Dead Bob Show.
Yes.
Oh, I got terrible jokes all the time. I like to take 3 people from the audience, drag them up on stage, give them a hard time, make them act out a skit. Then I release them back into the wild, with a little transmitter on their ear.
So pretend I've just been picked from the audience and I've been brought up. What might I expect?
You might expect me to slip you a key to my hotel room,
Oh!
just for starters. I probably tease you a little bit for being beautiful and send you on your way.
How did you come up with the idea for this?
Well, it was pretty easy. I was alive, and then the next day, not so much. I had a Disney contract. The only way out of it was death.
Where is Dead Bob when he's not at the Colorado Renaissance Festival?
Well, my soul is always at the Colorado Renaissance Festival. But if I'm not here, I'm usually at a bar or fishing. You know.
It's a pretty fun lifestyle, laughing, drinking, or catching fish.
Yeah, and we get out to this Renaissance Festival here, watch everyone go around, shop for all their handmade items. We got lots of beautiful nerds if you like people watching. Got cleavage and beer and turkey legs, and then you got jokes from Dead Bob. Perfect day.
Well, thanks for joining us, Dead Bob. Thanks for the laughs, and hope to catch one of your shows.
All right, you're gonna regret that. Well, I'll see you there.
Out West will be right back after this. Welcome back to Out West. The Joust is the crown jewel of the festival and is hosted by the king and queen themselves. I caught up with a jouster to learn more about this exciting event. I'm here with Sir William, Lord of Whitehall.
Indeed.
Thank you so much for joining us.
No, thank you for having us. Thank you for coming out.
Your name is a mouthful to pronounce.
Well, you do want to have a good title when you're presenting it to the king.
And a good show, which you guys offer.
Oh, well, thank you very much. We perform 3 times a day here at the Colorado Renaissance Festival. 3 exciting acts involving us riding around on horses, fighting, jousting, doing all sorts of skills.
Are all of the acts the same, or are there differences?
Oh, no, they're all different. Each one, our first show is more of comedy and it's more of our horsemanship skills. Second show is a big tournament joust with fighting, and then the third show gets very serious. It's a joust to the death, trial by combat, a lot of fighting, blood, everything.
So you
and
really
good family fun.
need to see all 3 shows. What kind of background does someone need to do a show like this?
Well, I found what actually works better, typically teaching an actor to ride is better than typically teaching a rider to act. Because, you know, a lot of people, if they're very in tune with animals, they're not as good with people. But an actor, if they're good, and that's what we're doing, we're acting on horseback, is they can act like they know how to ride, and then we teach them. And it's so, you know, we interact with our audience quite a bit.
And you can tell that you guys do. When you guys are performing out there, you can tell the audience is so engaged.
Oh, and it's great. And, you know, just like any performer, we feed off that. And it just makes our shows even better. And we have such great crowds here at the Colorado Renaissance Festival. I first jousted here 26 years ago.
Wow.
And the audiences are great. They just fill up this entire arena, and they're so loud and so giving. It's great.
I know that you've performed a lot of places around the nation, maybe even world.
I have jousted in China, as a matter of fact.
So what makes performing here different than other places?
Well, for me, again, this is a very special spot. It's because it was the first place I did a joust here on this field. The great thing about Colorado is, even though it can be warm, there's no real humidity.
And of course, the history of jousting goes way back. So you guys obviously are a staple show. What is some of the history of jousting that you guys recreate?
Well, jousting was actually invented for knights to keep their skills sharp between wars.
Okay.
And so what they would do is they would come out and they would compete, and a king and queen would come to a village. It would be a big spectacle, like a huge NFL event. And the knights from different kingdoms and from different counties would come and compete. And that's how they would get fame for themselves as well as fortune. Because if you beat a knight in a joust, you got his horse and his armor. Now, you didn't just take his horse and armor. What would happen was you would ransom them off, and then he would pay them. An interesting thing was, you could even take that knight for hostage. until the ransom was paid. But that knight wasn't put in a dungeon. They were usually put up in a very nice room. There were no chains. Because it was an honor system, you wouldn't leave. And also I would let, let's say if I beat you in a joust, I would let you set the price of what your horse and armor were worth. Well, you didn't want to seem cheap, so you would pay as much as you could. And at the next month's tournament, I might be doing the same thing for you. So.
And what is your specific role in the show?
My specific role here this year is Master of Arms. I'm the King's Champion. I'm out here to officiate, make sure everything runs along the code of conduct, make sure everybody does what they're supposed to do, and presents a nice joust for the King and Queen and the good people.
And I cannot wait to see the show.
We'll see you out there. We'll wear some more armor and we'll see you up there.
Sounds good. Sir William, Lord of Whitehall.
Thank you very much.
This has been such an unforgettable experience. If you have never been to the Colorado Renaissance Festival, then what are ye waiting for? Remember, only ye can truly experience Colorado. I'm Carrie Wilbanks, and we'll see you next time on Out West. Huzzah!